Hello, welcome to Thinking Aid, where learning is made fun. So let's make fun of it. And we have a question, GCE 2024 paper 2. And the question reads, in the following diagram, we have a vector question. Vector OA is equal to A, vector OB. So this is vector OB. Vector OB is equal to B, and AX is in a ratio to AB in a ratio 2 to 3. So you have a diagram that is showing the vectors. Question 1 says, express in terms of A and or B. Question A, the vector from A to B. Question B, vector X to B. Question C, X to O. And question number 2 says, given also that vector OY is equal to 3 multiplied by vector OX. Now show that vector BY is equal to A plus B. So how do we solve this? Let's begin. Alright, so question number 1 wants us to find the vector from A to B. So remember, under vectors, they just want us to find this vector from A to B. So this is the vector they want us to find. And remember, we said under vectors, vectors means what is the shortest distance, what is the distance you can move from A to B without using this shortest distance. In other terms, remember that when you are going in the direction of a vector, you're going to take a positive vector, and when you are going in the reverse of the vector, you're getting a negative vector. So question A wants us to find vector AB. So it's from A to B. So how do we do this? Simple. Remember, vector AB can be solved to say we can move from A to O to B. So A to O plus O to B. So we can move like this. So once we move like this, remember, the vector which we are given, the direction is O to A. So when we are moving from A to O, meaning we are going against the vector. So this is going to be negative A plus then O to B, that is B. So this is the answer for our vector AB. Now remember, the second question, they want us to find vector. They want us to find vector X, so this vector, which vector do they want us to find? They want us to find vector XB. So XB. So XB is the vector from X to B. So this cash simple vector they want us. Now one thing that we are going to realize that vector just from X to B is simply in a ratio in which we have this X to B and the X to A. So what we are required to do here is let's find what is the ratio of X to B, because this is expressed in the form of the whole vector. Look, if you look at X to B they are put in a ratio in which this one, according to the question, the number here is 2 and the number here is 1. So the question is, how have we found 1? It's because when you look at the whole line, the line AB is given in a ratio which is equal to 3. So the whole line is 3, but just from A to X is 2, implying that this part is 1. So how do you represent this part? This part is 1 out of 3 of vector AB. And even in this one, this is 2 out of 3 of vector AB. So in short, AX is 2 over 3 of vector AB, and XB is 1 over 3 of vector AB. So to find XB, we say XB is equal to 1 over 3 of vector AB, because that's the whole line where vector XB is. So this one is equal to 1 over 3 times vector AB, which is this one. So final answer will look like b minus a over 3. So that's your function. So a vector xb is equal to b minus a over 3. Okay. The third question is find vector O to x. So you want to find this vector from O to x. So how do you move from O to x without using this shortcut? So one way in which you can move from O to b and then b to x. We already know what OB is, so OB is this one, and then we know that the vector we have is x to b. So the movement will be from b to x, so it's just like a negative vector of xb. So this is equal to negative vector, so the vector OB is equal to b plus, what is vector bx? Vector bx is a negative vector of b minus a over 3. So this is going to be b minus b plus a over 3. Now here it's a fraction, so we're going to make this same one as also a fraction, and then the common denominator will be 3. So 1 to 3, 3 times b, 3b minus b plus a. So this is going to give us 2b plus a over 3, and that's your vector. So vector OX is equal to 2b plus a over 3. Question 2 is saying, given that OY, so vector from O to Y, is same as you multiply vector OX by 3. So this vector from O to Y is same as you just multiply this vector for OX by 3. So meaning vector OY looks like 3 times 2b plus a over 3. So when you calculate this, you are going to find that the answer OY is equal to, this time this, so this 3 will cancel with this 3. So you're going just to remain with 2b plus a. So that's the vector OY. So the vector from O to Y, this vector is same as 2b plus a. Alright. Now they want to, given that this is the case, they want us to show that, they want us to find, to show that the vector b y is same as a plus b. So they want us to show this, to say vector by is the same as, no. So let's calculate vector by. If they tell you that, show that this is equal to this, just find what they have given you. So like in our case, they want us to show that by is equal to a plus b. So let's just find by, now that they have already given us vector oy. So how do you find by in our normal calculation? The final answer that we should find should look like this. Okay, so what they want us is, at the end of our calculation, vector by should look like a plus b. That's what they want us to find. So let's calculate by on our own, and at the end of the day, we should find this. Okay, so let's begin. So how do you find vector by? Now, by is same as vector bo plus vector oy. That's all. Bo, then oy. So what is bo? Bo, we are going against the vector, so it's negative b plus, what is vector oy? Now remember vector oy we calculated, we found that it was 2b plus a. So this is 2b plus a. And when you simplify, negative b plus 2b, this is giving us b plus a, which is same as a plus b. And this is our vector by. Now, if you look at our vector by, the one we have found by calculating, it is the same as this by we are given in the question. So hence, we have found the vector. So that's all about this question. If you want to learn more about vectors, you can visit my YouTube channel, Thinking Aid, or just follow us on Facebook. It's still Thinking Aid. Keep it fun. Let's meet in another videos.